Hey.
I have a visitor.
Where did you meet this person?
On the internet.
Yeah, well, everybody's doing that now.
You know, Bianca's a missionary.
26 films, 2 Oscar nominations, 1 Best Kiss Award, and for a brief moment last summer, literally you.
I drive.
Today, we're going to talk about this guy.
Papyrus!
But also this guy.
To be born is to have a soul, I guess.
And this guy.
I'm a phoenix rising from the ashes.
All of these characters are played with the necessary restraint.
I'm fine.
Or without.
No, you failed me!
By this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, you might not recognize him with his clothes on, Ryan Gosling.
There's not many actors working today that have an on-screen presence quite like Ryan Gosling. Sure, you've got your DiCaprios and your Timothée Chalamet's, but can you really imagine any of them doing this?
What an actor. His natural innate timing is just breathtaking.
Do you like a mint?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling can make me laugh in a heartbeat.
No matter what role he's given, Gosling always disappears into his character.
Do you have my blanket?
His films have wildly different tones and very distinct subject matters, and while some of his characters are similar, a lot of them aren't. Ryan Gosling always embodies his characters in a very unique way. He makes them part of his persona.
They're canning all over the place. They're canning all over each other.
His love for motorbikes informed his character in The Place Beyond the Pines.
And my first thing I thought was, I gotta get a motorcycle.
But no matter what he looks like or what character he plays, it never feels like we're watching an actor, but rather a living, breathing character with his own thoughts, feelings, and motivations.
All right, which one of you cock and balls wants to make 20 bucks, huh?
Ryan Gosling, thank you for making me laugh and for always raising the bar and for being the greatest partner on this crazy adventure.
No, there's genuinely nothing that Ryan can't do. It's pretty crazy. To watch him learn all these new skills is pretty bananas.
Maybe it's his small tics,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
how he reacts to stuff.
Jesus.
Or maybe it's his longing facial expressions and the way he uses his eyes. He's equally comfortable doing physical comedy and dramatic scenes.
We're gonna have to work at this every day, but I want to do that because I want you.
And he's not afraid to get beat up.
Fucking asshole!
All of these factors combine to create truly unique performances that no actor can really match.
I'm really good at it.
It's hard to imagine anyone else playing Ken, or the driver, or Holland March from The Nice Guys. And there's an interesting duality to the roles he picks. He can go from a musical comedy like La La Land, and then a year later jump straight into Blade Runner, playing a depressed loner with no friends. How is it he can seamlessly go from this to this? Well, because he kind of always has.
Well, we had to sing, dance, and act, and they gave us a script to learn, 2 songs to learn, and they gave me an interlude, and they taught us to dance while we're down there.
Ever since his time as a child star, he's displayed his natural charisma and humour.
Well, I've been working out at the gym, can't you tell?
But as he got older, he pivoted to darker roles. He played a murderous high schooler, a football player from a broken home, and a Jewish guy who develops racist beliefs. Already, he's begun to oscillate away from the comedic, light-hearted roles of his childhood, and he gradually came up in Hollywood playing these roles.
You're gonna try and kill yourself?
This is not the face of a romantic lead.
But it wasn't until 2004 that he truly became a bankable star.
It was a magical summer. Noah was a country boy. Allie was from the city. They met the night of the carnival.
The Notebook wasn't edgy. It wasn't a troubling psychological drama. It was, to quote the man himself,
I think it's an old-fashioned love story.
You can come with me.
To New York?
Yes.
What am I gonna do in New York?
Here he returned to the more light-hearted, charming characters that he played in his childhood. He extended his range to pure romance without sacrificing any of his naturally subversive qualities. He even seems comfortable looking beautiful in a manly American way. which audiences might not have been used to after watching his previous films.
Isn't that what we want?
He brought some of his natural charisma to the role that he seemed to have forced beneath the surface previously.
I can do whatever you want. You just tell me what you want and I'll be there for you.
Kind of a heartthrob now, right?
But he didn't abandon these edgy roles, and he didn't want to be typecast. From there on, he balanced playing loners.
Everything's so new.
With playing more outgoing, more charming, and more comedic roles. It's why he can do this.
Whose money do I have?
And this.
That's weird because I think that your friend Hannah is really sexy.
Oh my God.
In the same year,
You did not just say that.
he repeatedly pushes himself to convey dark emotions with as few words as possible, relying on his face to do the heavy lifting, suppressing his natural sense of humour. Here he is on camera, and here he is off. In Half Nelson, he switches between an enthusiastic and encouraging teacher and a man crippled by drug addiction. This film captures the two sides of a Ryan Gosling character, both the light and the dark.
It's crooked and it's straight.
This is a constant throughout his whole career. He's always oscillated between these two types of roles, going from The Notebook to Blue Valentine, from Drive to Crazy Stupid Love, from La La Land to Blade Runner, and from First Man to Barbie.
If I wasn't severely injured, I would beat you off right now, Ken.
In Lars and the Real Girl, he wasn't afraid to sacrifice his good looks to resemble a creep.
Shy.
Gone is his signature charisma. In its place, a socially inept Lars with a tight-lipped, awkward smile.
Bianca just said that that's why God made her, to help people.
This isn't exactly an appealing face.
We've had a time in our life where we loved something that didn't love us back. It's a feeling that we can all relate to, so in a sense it stopped being so abstract to me and it became something that was very possible.
In Blue Valentine, he captures the intimacy and brokenness of a marriage in freefall. The use of flashbacks allows Gosling to offer two sides of the same character. The young, charming love interest.
What's your name?
And the alcoholic, bald and washed-up husband.
No, I have a job that I can drink at 8 o'clock in the morning.
This duality runs throughout the heart of his career. But it wasn't until 2011 that he truly embodied the unapologetically edgy, lonely and depressed characters in one of his most definitive roles. Perhaps this is when he became literally you, or when you became literally him. Whatever way around you want it, it's time to talk about Drive.
That's the thing about Driver, is that, you don't really know. In the film, he's quite an enigmatic character.
He only has 116 lines. He only says 891 words, barely a word a minute. There's moments where a simple glance is all we're given, but this is precisely the point.
I don't think you need all this talking in movies. Sometimes it's easier to get the point across if you're not saying something, you know.
His lack of dialogue draws us closer to the character. It forces us to study his face, look for every small twitch or glimpse to understand what the character is feeling, and the film becomes much more intimate as a result.
And let people just watch it and make their own assessments of what they think the characters are going through.
It also makes what lines he does have more impactful. Every word he says cuts through the silence with a chilling effectiveness.
Shut your mouth, or I'll kick your teeth down your throat and I'll shut it for you.
Do you really think that line would be as resonant as it came from someone like this?
They call me Chicken Little. They call me Bubble Boy.
What emotions he does show are expressed through tiny micro-expressions. Think about how much he portrays with this one look. His eyes are saying so much. And this isn't a technique he uses just in Drive. The Place Beyond the Pines uses lots of close-ups to capture the varying emotions he reveals, or rather, conceals. Okay, so what about when you can't see his eyes? Well, take a look at this scene.
All right! Everybody who wants to live, put your hands in the fucking air!
His voice is constantly breaking and he anxiously waves his gun around.
Get the fuck over here!
He displays more emotion in this scene than any other, and we barely even see his face. The first shot in the movie is a 3-minute long take of the back of his head. In Drive's opening shot, his face is shown only in a dark reflection. This is the opening of Only God Forgives. In Blade Runner, we get this shot, with the camera focusing on his hand. What do all of these shots have in common? Well, you can probably guess it. You can't see his face.
Listen, he's one of the best of his generation. You know, that's the simple truth.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out our stops on the ground.
Got a name?
Officer KD6-3.
That's not a name. That's a serial number. Everything I've seen him do was a challenge well met. I've been watching him for years, and I really admire what he's done.
I don't want to hurt you, but you're not making it easy.
He has the ability to make you completely believe the motivations of these complex characters. The way he moves his body changes his appearance. He physically and emotionally transforms into his characters. It's not like we're watching Ryan Gosling play a role, it's like we're watching an actual person. We forget there's an actor making conscious decisions and pretending to be someone else. We just see a real person existing in their world. Even with his lesser known films, this still applies. In The Ides of March, he says so much with just his eyes. In Crazy Stupid Love, he oscillated back to a charismatic role and has effortless chemistry with anyone he shares a scene with.
What are you doing later?
I don't know.
I do.
Do you?
I know exactly.
Oh.
Seriously? Seriously? You asked her out like that?
Yeah.
And that worked?
Yeah.
Pay attention to his body language here. The way he sits down and moves his hands while talking. He's so relaxed and in charge, it's hard not to listen to his advice.
I don't know if I should help you or I should euthanize you.
Look at his reaction to Steve Carell's Velcro wallet, or to a compliment from Emma Stone.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
Crazy Stupid Love was his first real comedy in decades, and his character works because of these micro-expressions. There was nothing edgy about his character. He had no dark past and no inner demons he had to overcome. It was a tonal shift in his career. If The Notebook proved he can do more than playing silent loners, doing Drive and Crazy Stupid Love in the same year proved that he can excel at both of these types of roles. He can truly do anything he puts his mind to.
It's a lot of money. I get it. I can feel you judging me. But hey, I never said I was the hero of this story.
He uses similar techniques in The Big Short. He talks in the same know-it-all way. You know he's an asshole, he knows he's an asshole, but against his better judgment, he wants to help you, and you want to listen.
What's that smell?
The cologne?
No.
Opportunity.
No. Money.
Okay.
I smell money.
Okay.
He plays a similar comedic character in The Nice Guys, a film with
Russell Crowe, Shane Black, and a giant cigarette-smoking bumblebee.
Idiot, you didn't know that?
Gosling is a washed-up, alcoholic loser turned private detective.
You fly everywhere, you don't even drive.
Here he combines the two faces of his career. It's set up to be a depressing noir film, but ends up being a goofy comedy.
Wake up! Wake up! March! Ah, wake up! March!
This is how we're introduced to his character, submerged in a bathtub, dressed in a full suit.
Your daughter speaking, Thursday. As you may remember, it's my birthday.
From this introduction, we'd expect him to be more like the driver, or his character from Blade Runner.
Am I a bad person?
Yes.
But instead, we're given this guy.
You're the world's worst detective.
He has the dark past and the inner demons, but he brings all of the comedic techniques he's developed to the role to bring a lightness to the character.
That works.
It's how he reacts to things. And the use of his voice.
That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of blood.
Or it's a combination of the two.
No! Yeah, come on.
He's always on the verge of freaking out. And he's constantly messing things up.
Fuck! Shit!
And you can tell they had a lot of fun making this movie.
I'm honorary Australian.
Really? How's that?
I lived in New Zealand for like 2 years. So.
Almost every character Gosling plays is hardened by his past and by the world around him. But it's how his character reacts to these troubles that differs from role to role, and makes every person he plays unique. He fully becomes his character. Ryan Gosling disappears, and we're left watching Holland March, or Kay, or Sebastian. The characters are believable because they don't feel like characters. He gives everything to every role. He transforms his entire demeanor to fit the character. He shows restraint when he needs to, and goes all out when he doesn't.
Useless.
He can either be the oversharing, fast-talking Ryan Gosling, or the lonely Ryan Gosling with little emotional expressions, or somewhere in the middle.
Hold on, you're breaking up.
He picks unique and interesting roles that no one can see coming, and seems to explore the full spectrum of characters available, from the very dark to the very silly. There's not much in common between Neil Armstrong and Ken. There isn't one single thing that makes him a great actor. It's a combination of everything, from the very smallest to the biggest.
I know what you did!
And that's what great acting is, isn't it? Becoming a character. He disappears into every role so it doesn't feel like we're watching him. It feels like we're watching a fully realized person with their own mannerisms and thoughts, their own past and motivations.
All of those things that you mentioned, the kind of physical, his personality, were things that just kind of developed, I don't know really how those things come. It's kind of the fun of the job is that those things they just happen.
The thinner the perceived gap between actor and role, the more believable the character. And for Ryan Gosling, this gap is almost invisible.
You have a few months to prepare for a role, and you do the best that you can. And, you hope you're doing the character justice, but it's just your take on it.
So next time you watch one of his films, ask yourself, does it feel like you're just watching a performance, or does it feel like you're watching a real human being?
Guess I'll see you in the movies.
I'm Lawrence, and this has been Archer Green, and this is Ryan Gosling.